See the Shyvana coming in, pop the ultimate, I'm gonna go for the Lux.
A fitting prize. Nothing will escape. Carve off a souvenir. Another piece for my collection.
Hey guys, welcome back. We are playing the new reworked Rengar today, and the changes actually ended up in being a massive buff, especially for top lane Rengar, because he's really strong as a split pusher now. He can take down towers extremely fast because his Q also works on the towers, so he's really strong as a top laner. So to quickly go through the basics, his passive, whenever you are inside a bush or you're camouflaged, then the next auto attack is going to be a leap, and you can see the range with the circle. And the first leap you do is going to give you a free passive stack. That passive stack is called Ferocity, and every single time you use an ability, basic ability, then you get a stack, and at maximum amount of stacks, then your next basic ability becomes empowered. We can go for the kill here. Rengar is really OP early game. So your Q is an empowered auto attack that is a guaranteed crit now. And on top of that, it also gives you a lot of attack speed, and it works on the towers. Like, that's the OP part, is that it works on the towers now, so you can push it down insanely fast. And then we have the W, so it's going to heal you for some of the damage you have recently taken. And the empowered one is a QSS. And it's actually the legit QSS, meaning that if you get hit by, you know, for example, suppression abilities like the Malzahar's ultimate. Oh, okay, he really went for it. But if you get hit by a suppression abilities like the Malzahar's ultimate, Skarner's ultimate, then this W, the empowered one, will cleanse it. So it is true QSS, it is not just cleanse. That's really nice to have, of course. That's something you want to use, like if you're about to get hit by some hard CC abilities. The empower Q you want to use when you're going for all in. You know, you want the maximum amount of burst damage. And then the empower D. So you normally it's a single target ability that's going to slow the target and also deal damage. And the empowered one is going to be a root. And the root is something you typically use when you gank your teammates and you want to keep them CC'd so your teammates can follow up. So the other part of your passive is that when you get a takedown, it has to be a unique takedown, as you can see down here, then you get permanent bonus AD. Right now we already got Camille, so this is grayed out because we can only get it once, so now we need to get it from the 4 other members. That AD passive is gonna result in us getting a ton of AD later on in the game. So when you play Rengar topside, you really want to abuse the bushes here because you have 3 of them, so you can really jump around and make it so obnoxious for the enemy champion. They will not be able to play because you're going to constantly do this and just jump around. Just be careful of the minions. If they have a big minion wave, then you can still lose it. Just jump around. And this purple thing you see right below your HP bar, the ferocity stack, that is to show that you already got a stack from the leap. Because otherwise it can be pretty confusing to keep track of, especially during a fight. Because you can only get 1 stack from the leap. To get another stack, then you need to be at 0 ferocity again. The good thing here is that the new change is that you don't need to be at 0 ferocity stack to get the leap. You can be at 2 stacks or 3 stacks, 1 stack, you know. So that's a pretty big change. Because now you can kind of get that stack whenever. And then your E, it also gives you true sight now, so it can help reveal targets that are invisible. So it's not only your ultimate anymore. So this Camille is stacking armor. Probably, yeah, armor boots coming in, first item. It actually happens a lot. So when you play Rengar, you don't want it to be pushed up too far. You want to keep the wave around here so you can really abuse the stuff right here. We can actually kill her now, I think. Hang on. He might have the passive up. Also need to be careful. It's still early game, right? Like Rengar needs level 6. Because that's why he starts looking for kills. If this guy gets level 6, then it might be a little bit doomed. Camille is a pretty hard lane. Like, it's really difficult lane. Now we got it. So what it does is that when you press your ultimate, you become camouflaged. And then you get true sight as well. You get bonus movement speed. And the target you're going to auto attack, you're going to leap to them, dealing bonus damage. And they also lose some armor. That's very good for assassinating people. The damage. But this is what allows you to go for those one-shots. You have to be able to combo it properly, and I'm going to show you soon when I get to use it, because then it's a lot easier to understand. But it is Camille, so obviously it is going to be really rough, the lane, but that's how it goes. Like, some of these matchups are really difficult, especially those strong bruisers who have a pretty strong laning phase. Like Camille with Grasp is pretty difficult to deal with. Also something like a Zed is also what you want to avoid. Darius, stuff like that. So yeah, there will be a lot of difficult matchups. Why is this guy full AP HP now? I think he took the plant. Okay, we just want to push it out. He's probably not gonna let us. Oh, we did not have to use the ultimate. That's nice. He could actually almost kill us right there. Yeah, that's just how it goes. The thing is, as for how you use your abilities during your ultimate, what's really important to know is the fact that using your Q inside your ultimate will not put it on cooldown. But if you use your W or your E, then it's going to cancel out the ultimate. So the way you use your combo is that you press your ultimate first, then when you're close to the target, you can press your Q during your ultimate, and then when you're leaping like mid-air towards the target, then you immediately press your E and your W. When you do that, guys, then you're going to get that empowered ability, and then you follow up with the empower Q. That is Rengar's one-shotting ability. That is his main one-shotting combo. That is what you have to know. But this guy rushed tier 2 boots. That's a bit yikes. Also, remember to focus on farming. Of course, important. Even if you are hitting kills. Problem is, Camille is such a big lane bully with the grasp, so if you take bad trades, it's gonna be really awful. Now this guy's dead, I think. There we go. Luckily, this guy is not playing with Ignite, because then this lane would have been a lot harder. But the flash is down. Camille is of course gonna outscale. Like, you don't scale as good as something like a Camille. We actually scale pretty well for an assassin just because you get so much AD from the passive. I'm just gonna go ahead and recall here, because we have enough gold for the Eclipse once we get back to base. But when this ultimate is up and you're not able to find kills any in the lane, then you just start roaming around the map. So this ultimate, of course, people will know that you're coming when you're close, because they get this like mark above them so they can see it. But you're camouflaged, so unless you are close enough or they have control wards, they'll not be able to see you. And you want to go for the squishy targets. So that means the carries. You're playing assassin, and the goal of an assassin is to take down the squishy targets, like the AD carry, the mage in the mid lane, the mage support and so on. You want to be focused on the Kai'Sa and the Lux. The Aurelia can be pretty difficult to take down because she has that damage reduction on the W. But even that will be possible later on. Back to farming for a bit. There's a lot of fighting going on in this game, and that's of course always fun. I don't like the passive games. For someone who plays killing champs, might do. They just want to stay in the bushes and then just constantly leap around. It really helps zoning people away. Just like that. I just ulted because she used the E to engage. That means she has nothing to escape with. So now you can see how fast we can push the lanes. Split push, auto attack, then immediately Q. Then you get that empower Q up, gives a lot of attack speed, and look at how fast the tower is losing HP. This is why Rengar had this before, like around his release. When he was first released, he had this stuff where his Q worked on the towers, and it actually resulted in him being the fastest tower taker in the game. Ended up being really OP, so they took it away, and now they put it back for some reason, so he can do stuff like this. Like if the enemy top laner roams and you let Rengar alone with your tower, he's gonna destroy it, like absolutely crush it. We got the Eclipse. As I said, it is a consistent item, that's why I like to buy it. It's good against every single team composition. Dustblade is also viable. But Eclipse really feels so nice because you also get some sustain for the top lane, you know. You have some Omnivamp, even though they nerfed the sustain this patch. You still have some sustain, you have Armor Pen. You have a lot of AD, and you also get that shield dealing, also that passive that deals health damage. So it's really good top lane because you play against tankier targets mostly. Just constantly leap around. Like you can just zone people away. Like if you camp in the bush, guys, and you have the lead, they'll not be able to walk up. Like they're just gonna be completely zoned away. So you can just keep the wave here. Just like this, and they cannot do anything. Now of course you can also lifesteal back with the leap because it's an auto attack. Just like this, and the Camille cannot walk up. If she does, then we're gonna trade back. Just have to be careful of the Shyvana though, because they could be trying to bait out. Just look at that damage. That is absolutely not fun to play against. So before you use that ultimate, you want to make sure they use their main movement ability. In this case, that was the Camille Z, right? Because if that's down, then there's no way this guy is going to escape. So just waited for it to use it, and bam, went in with the ultimate, and that guy's down. Also, top lane Rengar, of course, received probably the biggest buff with this new rework. Because as I said, he can take down towers extremely fast, so if you leave him alone, your tower's gone. It's like playing against the Yorick, you know, like if you leave your tower alone, he's just gonna take it straight up. So he's really strong as a split pusher, and of course top lane, best place to split push. Look at that damage. This is not fun to play against. You just try to be as obnoxious as possible. And your ultimate is gonna be around 1 minute cooldown, like in the mid game. You can actually just spam it. Remember that you need that double Q. As I said, your Empower Q counts as a separate ability compared to the normal ones. So if you use Empower Q, your normal Q is also going to be ready, and that's really important for that one shot, because you need both Qs to do that. Just have to be careful of the Camille's ultimate. Just constantly like sit in the bushes and just leap around. Like it's really like they cannot do anything about it. That's the problem. That's why it's so annoying. So if you want to counter Rengar, you have to shove him in, so he cannot do this, because otherwise they cannot do anything at all. We have a lot of gold here, can almost get the Essence Reaver. So you get the Essence Reaver because it gives you that sheen, which also further helps with the burst damage on your Q against champions and every single target actually. You also get ability haste, which helps put your abilities on low cooldown. You get AD and crit too. Remember that your Q always crits now, but it also helps with the basic auto attacks. Just sit in the bushes. You can push it down pretty fast also, because you max the W second, so you also have some decent, it's not the best, but decent AoE damage. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and reset. You can just look to roam, honestly. They cannot do anything about this. So now I'm just gonna reset and get the Essence Reaver, getting the passive stack. So we have 2 right now. We have from the Camille and the Shyvana. We still need from the other guys. Now we got the Reaver. It's like a core build. And then next up, usually Lord Dominic's, because people at this point will have armor. Camille is buying, has armor boots. And the other players might also start stacking armor, which they usually do against the Rengar. Before you use your ultimate, try to get a good flank off, because if you use your ultimate and you are close, then they can see it coming. Oh, he's not going for it? Okay. We're just gonna push this out. Ultimate is ready, so we can look for a play. Ideally, 0 stacks when you use the ultimate, because if you use that combo I talked about, you go into ultimate, then press Q when you're close to the target, and then mid-air while you're leaping, then use your E and your W. That's gonna give you full ferocity passive, so you can use that Empower Q to finish them off. That is his instant one-shot combo. I'm just gonna wait around the objectives. This is what I like to do. See the Shyvana coming in, pop the ultimate, I'm gonna go for the Lux. And that is the burst damage. That is the instant one-shot combo that you have to know. Just like that. Jump around the map, getting those passive stacks. We need 1 more and then we have everything. I think Veigar should TP top. He's not going to TP? Okay, he's TPing. Nice. Nice. I'm up in now. You can see this Camille is getting armor, so we're gonna go for Lord Dominic's. You actually do this almost every single game, unless they have a complete paper team, which is very rare. It's really rare. We need the last stack on the Kai'Sa, then we have a fully stacked passive here. You can see 25% bonus AD, that's a lot. And it's better the later on in the game. And that extra bonus movement speed you get from your ultimate really helps make sure that you secure the kill, even if they flash away. And with the ults. I have a pretty big gold bounty, that's why I'm not just going in right now. I don't think I can go in, because the Camille's gonna ult me and then I'm gonna kill someone, but I'm gonna die as well, and I have 1k gold bounty, so not worth it. I was trying to look for the Kai'Sa. Oh, they're coming for me. The goon squad is coming. Yikes. Okay, luckily Camille's not here, so I can get out, hopefully. But the entire team is bot lane. That is how much they want that 1k shutdown. That's understandable. I would also want it if I was on the other team. But you need the ultimate to really make stuff happen with Rengar. So, on Rengar, you actually camp in bushes a lot. So, good places to camp is if the dragon is up, then you camp up here in this bush right here, because your leap cause the ward range, so if they come to ward, they're gonna die. I got this guy. I don't need help with that. We don't have enough gold for the Lord Dominic's, but it's gonna be really fun once we do. So I need to take down the Kai'Sa, because she's the last person I need for this fully stacked passive. Let's go hunting. There she is. You see how fast we can do the combos if you do it properly. This is all you had to like really practice. The proper combo you do on Rengar. And if you did not listen last time, so what you do is you ult. Then you can press Q when you're close to the target. And then mid-air, you want to use your E and your W. And then you immediately use that Empower Q that's coming up. Because if you use your E or your W during your ultimate, it's going to cancel it out. The only ability you can use during your ultimate is your Q, because that will not cancel it, but your E and your W will. It's important that you use these two abilities while you're jumping, like mid-air with your ults. That is what allows you to go for that super OP one-shot combo with no counterplay. So I have to get Sonya's Hourglass, that is how you stop Rengar, but we have a fully stacked passive now, 25% bonus AD, so this passive is actually OP. Because you get some really high AD numbers later on in the game. Oh, it looks like there's a ward. I did not want to go in there, because I'll probably have died. Like, they would just turn on me. It's not worth it if I trade kills right now. See ya. So what you get now, the next item, really depends. This stance is really good because you become tanky while also having a lot of damage. But if you want to go for a full one-shot glass cannon build, you can go for Infinity Edge. That's like the ultimate AD build. I'm gonna go for the this stance here because I already have so much damage. I already one-shot people. So I also want some tankiness to make sure that I don't give away this massive gold bounty. We just play around the ultimate here. The good thing here is that this stance also gives you ability haste, so it's actually probably the best item you can get right now. After these components or the other items. Ability haste puts your ultimate on an even lower cooldown, 1 minute right now, and it's going to be lower. And then just camp around bushes, wait for somebody to come and ward, and you just one-shot them, and GG's. You can see the Lux is walking up, so you can go for this guy. And this is just what you keep doing on Rengar. This is what you do all game. Like every single time your ultimate is up, just find a squishy target, try to get a flank behind them. One shot, and then you move on. You get a tower, you get an objective or something, and then you just close out the game. Now just wait for the ultimate to come back up, and then we just repeat what we did earlier. So we can also do the Brown right now. It will be pretty easy for us to do, because we have 2 AD carries, and we have Rengar and a Fed Vanguard too. That's 11 kills on that Aurelia. It's such an ARAM game. Now the ultimate is up. We're gonna look for the squishy target, the main carry, so I can just like hover around the ultimate. And go on the Aurelia. Because she has the W, you can't really one-shot her, but you're still gonna burst her down. And then we just go ahead and end it. So yeah, that is how to play Rengar. I hope this was helpful, thanks for watching, and see you all next time.